Morning, America. How we doing today? Eugene and I just went into town and we made a video and everything, but on our way home he thought, oh, I need to do a geocache. And I'm like, oh yeah, Eugene and his geocaches. If anybody knows what geocaches are, fine. If you don't know what it is, Eugene's getting ready to tell us. So what are they?
So it is a kind of a hide and seek kind of game that you play, and you go on to geocaching.com and
That'll be on your computer.
On a computer.
Okay.
And sign in, and this is the way I did it. You might be able to download, they also have an app, and you might be able to download the app and create an account. But either way, you have to create an account.
Okay.
Part of that account creation is creating a moniker for yourself, such as Sasnak.
Okay.
And mine is Vern Contra, because Vern is my drum and bugle corps nickname, and Contra is a short name for the contrabass bugle that I played at the time that I joined.
Okay.
And I am currently I joined in 2010, and I've done it sporadically over since then. But 2 years ago, I decided to start doing one every day.
Okay.
So that has been my, and I've made mistakes. The most number of days I've done in a row is 159, and that's just, you don't have to do that.
It's just a personal goal.
It's a personal goal.
Right.
And I am going out and finding a geocache, and it takes you to different places and so on and so forth. I mean, you end up at, when you go to a national park, you're not allowed to have actual containers in most national parks, but they have what's called a, now my brain went blank, a virtual geocaches, which there isn't a real container to look at, but you have to go somewhere and identify some indication. There's also earth geocaches. There's like 18 different kinds of geocaches.
Okay, question, because somebody has never even heard of geocaching, they're like, what are you talking about? Okay, a geocache is, like you said, like playing hide and seek.
Right.
Who puts the item out there for hide and seek?
Fellow geocachers will take and create a container of some kind.
Might be a pillbox or something, or
a pillbox, or a 5-gallon bucket, or a little, what's called a bison tube. It's like a little metal tube that you can put something in.
Those little things you put on your keychain to store pills.
Right. Exactly. I have seen a Bic pen container. They've taken the insides out and put the cap on, and now there's a log sheet inside there that you have to shake out, fish out, so on and so forth.
But you have to find these, and that's the fun of it, is going around and finding it.
Right.
But once you find it, you log in and put the item back.
Correct.
Okay. So you say you have to go on a computer and do this, but you have your cell phone, so there's an app?
Well, I have the app, yes, on my cell phone.
Okay.
And because of the service here and the thousands of people who are currently here in this area where I am at Quartzsite.
Service is sporadic.
Yeah,
yes.
it's very sporadic. But
are you finding anything here?
In the area that I am, I have saved a list in the app, and it is, once it loads here, I'm trying to do this in the background while we're talking.
Right.
I'm pulling it over into a map view, so that then you just pick out a, like here
we go.
Here's my map view, and if I zoom way in, it just shows that there's more than 200 in this area of Quartzsite where we are.
Right.
The blue dot is where we are. So now as I expand this out and zoom in, it will divide it out and start showing the concentrations, and I'm going to work in the area where we are. And here along this road that we're about to drive on,
this is the bumpy road going parallel to the freeway.
Correct.
If you remember the other day, I made the video showing how to get to our camp. This is the bumpy road that's parallel with the freeway. It's old Highway 60. Right. So there's several geocaches along that road, it looks like.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of them.
Okay.
And this is actually a series that somebody put out that are girls' names. It starts with I forget what it was.
Abigail and
Angela, I think, was the first one, and so on and so forth. But so if I take, and we are, where are we here? We are this blue dot, and if I zoom in, we're on this road, and if I go up here, The very first one is this one right here, and it's part of the girl thing. You go girl, Donna.
Okay.
So we're going to go find that one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to touch that, and then it will come up here, and it tells me all about the geocache, what its difficulty is, what its terrain is, how big it is, whether it's a micro or a regular size.
It says micro. It's a little bitty.
Yeah, it's a smaller container.
Okay.
But that could be anything from something very minuscule to something, say, the size of a pill container from Walmart.
Okay. All right.
So if I touch navigate here, it will show me on the map where I am, and it is 0.8 of a mile for me.
Okay.
And underneath that, it shows my accuracy of my GPS.
Within 13 feet.
Yeah, plus or minus 13 feet.
Okay,
yeah.
that's how accurate this map is right at the moment.
Right,
okay.
right. Yeah.
All right, let's go find it.
So now I'm going to put that down, and my co-pilot's going to watch it and tell me when I'm close.
Yeah. Okay. All right, so we're driving down the road. All right, we're going to speed the camera up here real quick, and we'll get to you when we get there. Here in Quartzsite, that's where you go over and get your 14-day permit for camping at Scad and Wash. So we're 0.3 mile, a third of a mile away. So we're just up here, probably about where that RV is up there, right?
About that.
Something like that?
Maybe closer. That's probably more like a half mile.
All right. So we're just following this little map. And that's the fun. The thing about this is it basically get your butt off the couch and go do something. It's your version of golfing, isn't it?
More or less.
Just gets you something, gives you a reason to get up off the couch and go do something.
Yeah, but there's no 19th hole.
All right, we're within a 0.2 mile.
All right.
Okay. So it'll probably just be along this ditch here then, right?
More or less.
Okay.
Let me see the map.
We're 0.1 mile.
It's on the right side of the road. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, you can tell by that it's what side of the road. Because it could be over on the other side over there.
Right.
It could be way over by that fence.
There's another string over there on the other side of the road. The road that goes up to Gold Nugget.
500 feet, 400 feet.
Yeah.
Okay, just counting it down. 400, 389, 370. Oh, all right. Startled the heck out of me. I didn't know what you're doing.
There's a car behind me.
Oh, okay. All right, 200 feet. So right up in this ditch up here is where it's
Probably.
at. Yep.
This is like a small wash.
We're 150 feet.
Come up against the road.
There's a bunch of brush here and everything. It's probably hidden down in there somewhere. Yep. Now, it would be buried like underground, or
no, it can be anything.
It might be up in a tree.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, in a birdhouse or something.
Well, there's quite a few geocaches I found out here.
Okay, we're 22 feet away. It's right in this area right here.
Yep. That are a 20 gauge shotgun shell pushed inside of a 16 gauge or 12 gauge shotgun shell. And then
made a tube.
And then wrap a wire around it and hang it in a creosote bush.
I'll be darned.
Yep.
All right, so we're within 22 feet. You're bringing a map, right?
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, he's out. And when you get there, there's a log sheet that you've signed that should prove that you were been there. And what this is for? Nothing. Just for fun. You don't make any money. It's not. I don't think you do anyway. I think it's just. It could be that beer can right here. There's a beer can on the side of the road.
Behind us.
It's behind you. Oh, we went past it. Okay. Well, it's not the beer can then. But he's told me, I've never been on one of these searches before. This is the first time I ever went with him, but he's told me about them. There's
what?
There. Huh?
Turn the camera on.
It is.
Let me get the song.
Okay. Okay.
So one of the things that they talk about in geocaching is once you do this a little while, you learn a skill called Geosense. In other words, you can sense where people are putting geocaches.
Okay.
And so we're here on this rock pile, and it's dirt that's been plowed up to make a flat or something. Or
well, if water comes down the ditch, it diverts it down over here.
But if you look around here, does anything look unusual?
Anything look unnatural?
Right. Just like my app is showing me that I am within 8 feet.
7 feet now?
And it's 7 feet, and it's right in front of me.
Okay.
Okay, so now if I look at this bush right in front of me, does anything look unnatural?
Right there. That's not natural right there, the way those rocks are piled up.
Somebody stacked them rocks up.
So it's under there.
So
it's not usually just laying out in the open. You gotta like uncover. There you go. Look at that. That's a film case, a camera film case.
Well, it's like a film case. It's not actually a film case. And then you just open it up.
Mm-hmm. Let me get out of the sunlight here.
Yeah. Let me get back in the light here. And because my fingernails aren't very long, maybe it unscrews. Well, there we go.
Okay, so there's stuff in here.
Yep, there's the lid.
Mm-hmm. Here's a little compass in it. Okay.
Somebody has put a little compass in.
Uh-huh.
You know.
All
right. There is also a little plastic
diamond
gem.
Yep.
Some sort.
Yep.
And there's also a new style penny.
Shiny new penny.
Shiny new penny.
Okay, what's that paper in your hand there? Oh, that's the log.
This is the log sheet, and this is an actual official geocaching.com gate piece. And you can see all the signatures that have been on it.
And you're going to put yours on there somewhere?
Yep.
Okay, next in line.
The very first one was on this one, and this could be a replacement log, was in December of 2020.
Okay.
So I am just going to take, and if you hold that, and I get my pen, I'm going to pull out my desk.
Your desk?
Yep.
Oh, shit. All right. You got to have something hard to write on.
Yep, yep.
All right.
So according to this paper, nobody's found this since last October.
Okay, so yeah, nobody's come looking for this particular one. One of my questions was, who in the heck put this out here? He's going to explain that here in just a second. And also, what is these little gems? What's the penny in there for? What's the little plastic? It's plastic diamond, you know, like out of a kid's toy thing.
Yeah, and that's exactly the point. Geocaching is a thing that the whole family can do.
Well, a cache means a place to store, right?
C-A-C-H-E, cache sometimes pronounced. And because it's using geographic coordinates to find it, so its shortcut name is geocaching, geocache. And when you're finding this, it's geocaching, and then you store the log sheet back properly. Take all the goodies and put the goodies in, and these can be taken freely and or added to at your.
Okay, so if you wanted to take this pin or that little diamond to give to your granddaughter,
sure,
but you put something else back in.
You can. You don't have to, but it's an option. And then I will take and put the log sheet back in, lay that down, and then replace the container the very same way or better concealed than it originally was.
Okay. Okay. All right. Now, the reason they put it in the rocks is somebody comes along, sees that it's trash, and they pick it up, throw it away. Like
exactly. A lot of geocaches have their demise that way. You know, it's like, oh, I'll throw this away. Right. Over across town, I picked up one the other day that was inside an old rusty old metal can. It was just laying in the desert, and another one was in an old beer can, you know, that somebody had cut the bottom out of and laid that under a bush.
Okay. Now, while you were writing that down, your log and everything, my question is, who put that there? What can anybody put one there, or do you have to be a member? Or
well, you have to be a geocacher yourself.
You can put one out yourself if you want.
And it's best to wait until you've done quite a few geocaches to go ahead and put one out, because it's a lifelong commitment, more or less.
Oh.
It's your job to take care of this. And if you can't, like, I won't put one out in Arizona because
sorry about the camera folks. I was pointing down there.
I won't put one out in Arizona because I live in Pennsylvania. And if something goes wrong with this, it goes missing, it's my responsibility to then either replace, if a log fills up, if the container goes bad because of sunlight or exposure or whatever, it's my responsibility to change that. Okay. Then my job as being someone from Pennsylvania, or the next time I visit Portside, Arizona, I have to take care of that. But in the meantime, it might be 2 months from now, and I'm not coming back for another 10 months.
Yeah. So this is probably put out by somebody that lives here in Portside, or one of the long-term people stay here all winter long.
Well, exactly, or it could be somebody that comes in. The escapees people put a lot of geocaches out here, but they are habitual and they take care of each other, because if Bill Smith can't geocache anymore,
he gets old and dies, he can't do it,
or whatever, for whatever reason, he's stuck in stick and bricks now. He will get one of his friends to take care of it, and they'll just take it over. You know what I mean?
All right.
Yeah.
All right, so what's the hardest one you've ever had to find? I mean, like a huge long hike to get to or something? Or?
Oh, there are many types of geocaches. One of the coolest ones I've ever done was a 2-layered box about 12 by 10, and there was a container inside that had a magnet in it, and there was a magnet outside the box, and you had to, based on something you found on the app, it told you had to put the magnet in this place and then drag that thing along over to here and then go up this way and then go up this way. It was a maze you had to walk this thing through. And when you got up to the top, it came out a spot. And then when you were done with it, you dropped it back in the slot at the top, and it fell back down to the bottom for the next guy to take the magnet and start running it around. There are all kinds of it's up to the imagination of the person placing the geocache what they want to do, and a lot of them, it's a competition to see who can come up with the coolest, the most unique way to hide a geocache. This one was obviously just a fill can under a bottle of rocks. It's still a geocache.
Do they do these in like the middle of downtown Seattle or Dallas, or I mean right in the middle of cities and stuff?
They're all over.
They're not just out here in the desert or the country in the woods or something.
I have traveled to Europe, and I've got like 11 geocaches in Germany, because I spent most of my time there. When I traveled through Austria, I stopped and got a geocache there. When I was in Italy on that very same trip, I stopped and got 2 different geocaches there. But if you go to the app or the computer and read about it, they have a video that talks about it as an introduction type thing, like what we're doing here. But they do it much better than I do. But it instructs you on how to do it, what kind of things. There are some that up in Lake Havasu, there's a geocache that's in 30 feet of water. You have to be a scuba diver to go there. There are some on mountaintops that you have to be a mountain climber to go to.
Really? What if one of the astronauts put one on the moon? You never know.
I am not that familiar, but I don't, not the moon, because geocaching only started in 2001. So it's only been going for a little over 20 years. And so nobody's been to the moon in that period of time.
That we know of.
Not physically.
The little green men might have put one there.
But there are, it wouldn't surprise me if there was a geocache in a space station. You know, ham radio operators talk to people in the space station, and that's one of the things that I've talked to the ISS. I've talked to somebody in New Zealand. I've talked to. They keep that as kind of like a bragging rights, you know, and that's my goal of finding one every day. It's a bragging right. I've found one every day for this many days. You know what I mean?
Your record's what, about 3-4 months probably? And then
right now.
You screwed up, and then
My current record is like 95 or 96 today, but I've been up as high as 159. I know I met a person this past year who had 26,000 days in a row of geocaching.
Wow.
But he was an oil field worker. And every day he was driving to different wells and checking on things, so he could stop and grab a geocache every day while he was out on the job. And the thing that interrupted him was having open heart surgery.
I'll be darned. Well, that put a damper on things, wouldn't it? All right, well, thank you, Eugene. Appreciate telling about that. He's always been. I'm on the phone with him. He's off somewhere, and I'm driving the truck down the road, and I said, "What are you doing today?" So, I'm out looking for a geocache, and I'm like, "Oh." Okay, whatever, geocache, but I don't really know what it meant. We sit around at the campfire last year. He told me a little bit. Okay, it kind of seems neat. I just never got into it. But anyway, today he's like, oh, I got to do a geocache. And I said, well, let's do one right now. Let me turn the camera on. And that's how we got this video today. So anyway,
and one of the final things I do, I'm sorry, I forgot about this. You have to log that you found it. So within the app, there is on the page, there is a thing for logging, and you log if you found it, you log if you didn't find it, or there's a way to write a note. And if you write a note, you can say, I was at the posted coordinates, and I couldn't find anything. I searched for 2 hours, and then you can write the geocache owner a note and tell him, you know, I couldn't find this. Maybe somebody destroyed it. It got pushed away in a snowplow or whatever, washed away in a flood. But then I have to log it. So I choose a log, and then I type the log in. But there's also an option at that point in time that if I particularly like this geocache, I can mark it as a favorite right while I'm logging it.
Like thumbs up, thumbs down,
thumbs up.
Okay.
Well, no, you can make it a favorite, and it's just I particularly like this for some particular reason. Like my daughter might have the same name as this geocache is, because this is Donna, I believe, if I remember correctly. And my daughter might be named Donna, so I'll put a favorite point on
There's probably a really good chance there's one of these on top of Mount Everest.
I can't say that, but
I bet there will.
I won't say no. And then the other option is a way to take a picture. You can post a picture. So what I am about to do is take a selfie.
Yep.
With me and Sasnak. No, I want you.
Oh, you want me in it? Okay.
You're here.
Oh, here we go. We're taking a picture.
Oh, and I got my shadow right there. Capture. Bang. Take a picture. And now I'll add that to the log when I log the find.
All right.
It's there.
All right. Well, thank you very much. Appreciate showing that. And, that explains it for me a little bit better now. When I'm talking to you and you say, well, we're going out I'm out looking for a geocache, I'm like, oh, one of those things. And now I know what you're talking about. All right. Well, take care, people. Have a good one, and ciao.